Hello, my dear Poofmas. I'm back with a new video for this season, 2024 patch notes for LTT2. So let's just jump into it. Um, See some news. Next Nova Cup date, season 2024. Some reset news. Okay, 1v1 featured event. Ordered Chaos, good stuff. I've played a few games. It's more interesting than before, but 1v1 is still a pretty boring mode in general. Season goals. You get the Toonie Mimic skin if you get your goals. Okay, same as last year pretty much. So now to the good stuff. New Mastermind Champion. Once per game, permanently grant 8% attack speed and damage reduction to a fighter, affects spawns, summons, clones, etc. It's a pretty cool idea. Obviously, it can be kind of insane in my head on certain things like DK, Double, Priestess. Um, but Obviously, you pay a price because you're playing zero income. So you basically have to generate enough value from that buff. So it's the thing is, it used to be that you had to place this on your starter unit, but now you don't have to do that, so you have some more flexibility. Maybe like Grawl into T6 with Champion could be good, for example. But yeah, I'm excited to see how it plays out. New Mastermind Kingsguard, +2 income, start with a game with 2 of each king upgrade. It's kind of a interesting one because it's tough to evaluate how much 2 of each king upgrade really is. 2 income is pretty low. It's could be pretty hard for someone to play the game with 2 income, but we'll see. Maybe it has good pairings with, I don't know, something like Fiesta, where you're taking advantage of the king ups, or just playing super aggressive in general with the king ups and taking leaks. Uh, Personally, I don't think it will be that strong, but I'm excited to see how it plays out and what people come up with. Double lock in, 1 income, lock 2 fighters. I think this is a pretty bad balance what or like it's gonna be a balance nightmare because either like the only way to balance this is the income. So either it's like I even if it's gonna be broken, then everyone's gonna be playing it and lucky in the same things. And if it's gonna be bad, it's still gonna be frustrating because there are people who are gonna pick it. And if someone decides they want to one trick this, it's going to be super frustrating to play against them. Because it was already very boring playing against someone one tricking something with lock in. Like I remember when Priestess was broken, there was a guy on the ladder just spamming lock in Priestess, and it was some of the most boring gameplay if you have to send into him or um, because he does the same thing. It's just the same thing every single game, which is not that interesting. And it's even worse, I think, with double lock in. But we'll see how it goes. Maybe it will be people will try and make it more interesting, but my impression is that it will be kind of boring. New Mastermind Megamind, +1 gold, pick another random Mastermind. I mean, this is pretty good. Or not pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good in terms of how fun it is, and I'll definitely click it. It might not be that good of a Mastermind, especially like if I hit double lock-in or something, I'm gonna be kind of sad. But yeah, it's like 1 gold. I think if some people like say like, oh, there should be 1 income, but I think if you gave it 1 income, it would be beyond broken. So redraw gets reworked to be basically you get to play chaos with 4 rerolls, but you don't get the rerolls every wave. And I think this can be quite strong in ranked. The fact that you're guaranteed a chaos roll means you probably don't have any like build weirdness that YOLO could get with like gold thresholds and stuff. Like you'll probably be able to build something every wave without having to compromise yourself. Obviously, you can't plan for you can't guarantee all your defense types and attack types, but you can fish for. There are enough good units where I think it's in each of the tiers where I think you shouldn't end up in a bad spot, and I think it will be quite strong. But we'll see. 4 income is also not the most, but not unplayable as well. New classic game mode, leak to win. Every time you leak, your king heals 10% missing health. Every time you clear, your king is damaged by 5% current 8 health. It's like kind of interesting, but I think it could be pretty boring because if you start saving on people in the mid game, their king is just gonna die. Like you can just start sending when they're at like you know very low uh, health. I'm not sure if this means like if everyone, so like you get damaged by 5% by 4 people. Because if it's like that, then yeah, if you go like, I don't know, 16, 20, or one of those like classic tryhard long saves, then it's not going to be very fun for the team getting saved on. But it should encourage people to play a little more aggressive early game, which they should already be doing. But yeah. New unlockable is Toonie Mimic. It's a cool design, I think. But I think I might stick to the box block Mimic. I mean, I won't have to decide for a year, so I'll definitely still be playing for it. Pack Leader of the Horde. I will definitely be using this bad boy. He looks pretty cool, and everyone sends pack like multiple times a game, so it's definitely a high value skin. Game balance generals, this is a big one. Reworking mid to late game workers. Instead of all workers being scaled plus 6% Mythium rate on wave 11, each new worker is scaled by 12% per wave starting wave 11. Buffs mid and late game workers without inflating the amount of Mythium in the game. And the details is that the buff is applied over the course of the build phase. And what this means is the TLDR is like you should buy workers when you can, as long as that's part of your plan. If you don't want to push, then don't push. But if you are planning to push, you should train and not wait for like the wave to end. Although like the one thing I had is like if you get sent on wave 10, like it's probably worth to just wait. I'm not 100% sure about that. Maybe I'm wrong. Uh, I might still be wrong about that, but if you want to see the funny decimal Mythium rate numbers, then you should wait. Okay, rework classic bonus income, reduced bonus income no influences power score. That is pretty good for the low yield players so they don't get shutdown farmed. High rated players who are low rated in classic are now considered strong. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble now. This makes yeah, okay. I mean, this is fine. I think like just removing bonus income would also be fine, but giving like new players like some chance to fight back is not the worst thing. Now displays enemy fighter value when viewing the enemy team. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Obviously I played a few games with this. It's not something that should break or change the game too much, but it should bring everyone to the same level of mind games. Because before against good players, these numbers should be like pretty close in their head. And before you couldn't really play mind games with the impression, with the understanding your opponent knows that. For example, like you can overbuild because you have to, or like your gold says you have to on like 4 or something, and then you push to no send because you expect that the enemy is like counting your value, sees your overbuilding, is like, oh, I'm not gonna go try hard or send full on 5, like he's on value. So everyone will be at the same level of those buying games, and hopefully it will make games more interesting. King upgrades. Yeah, this is a nice change. Basically, you can get the king ups last second. Hopefully, like you can get the marks. Actually, I think I noticed this change in a game I played yesterday. Like I got something that king up that I didn't expect to. Fiesta gold nerf. I think Fiesta will still be very good. I mean, like this gold is like nice, but like I feel like the thing that matters is like being able to push super aggressively and destroy your guy, and then scale up really well. I mean, this will matter, but I think less than it should still be a very high pick rate. So, Battle Scars nerf, I think that's pretty fair. Battle Scars is basically dominating compared to, I mean, like if you compare this to investment, Battle Scars is like 4 trillion times better than investment. And they're passive like scaling basically. But Battle Scars is just way more value. Creditor, so basically you can creditor for some more gold. I mean, this helps, I guess, but honestly, Creditor still probably sucks unless games are super slow for some reason. But basically, especially with Fiesta in the game, like trying to Creditor when people have Giga workers is just not going to be very good. Blizzard Army, Mythium up. Wow. Blizzard Army is now like 95 Mythium. I mean, like, the spell is pretty good, I think, already. So I'm kind of surprised, but I mean, it has low stats, and maybe that's fair. You do give your opponent gold if you're only using it once of the 3 lizards. Okay. Mythium, yeah, this is probably needed. Like, Overwork is Giga Broken. I would imagine Overwork is still very good, but yeah, maybe not like an. It'll change the threshold of workers you need for sure, for it to be worth over some other aggressive spells. Fire Archer buff. Are we bringing back Fire Archer opener? Dark Mage and Crusher nerf. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, Crusher is very strong. Dark Mage is pretty strong. Yeah, I mean, it will be interesting to see how this plays out. Accurate leader buffs again. I don't really like it, but I mean, if they're low win rate, they're in pick rate, they're low win rate and pick rate, but I feel like that has less to do with the stats of the unit and more people not being able to dig the rats well. Moving power from Devilfish to Seraphim. I don't really like this because I think Seraphim is extremely strong already, and Devilfish being strong is part of the reason why Seraphim is strong, obviously, because you can switch the form when you don't need it. But yeah, Seraphim is extremely strong on 3, 4, 5, even 6, depending on what other units you have. Like if you need some single target, don't really need the tank value as badly, then yeah, Seraphim. So maybe we'll just see people use Seraphim a lot. Um, we'll see though. Mask buffs attack speed. Ooh, that is scary. That is scary. This unit can be very strong. Or yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think Max will be quite strong. Um, Harpy, this is probably needed. This unit is extremely strong, so fine with that. Sky Queen nerfed but buffed the mana synergy. Okay, interesting. I didn't think Sky Queen was that strong of a unit, but yeah. But I guess if the idea is to remain balanced, neutral, yeah, sure, I guess. Maybe so. If Sky Queen plus Steed will be more satisfying, and Magician, I guess, is the other one. So Howler buff, really? Okay. I think this unit is extremely strong in the early game. Something not so as much, but yeah, Howler I think is extremely broken. So this is, I guess, will make it more considerable to pick, even more than it is now. Kingpin nerfs, yeah, I think this is fair. This unit is extremely strong, and it will still be extremely strong. Mana regen decreased by 4%. Sure. Tempest, 1 damage. Levi nerfed. Meh, whatever. I mean, it's a nice change. Like be liking letting Tempest shine a bit more, because Levi's an extremely strong unit for its aura. So I mean, nerfing an aura unit by nerfing its stats, sure, it's fine, I guess. Banker damage buffs. I mean, at this point, like Banker's not gonna have any mana left, but I think it's fine. Maybe it's more playable even. It was already very strong as like an overbuild tool. We'll see how relevant that is with the worker change, but if you need an overbuild tool, I'm assuming this thing will still be very good. Gateguard getting the 3rd nerf in the row or something. It will probably still be pretty good. This unit is just insanely strong in terms of value generation if it ever gets a second summon. So OT nerf, yeah, this is pretty fair. OT is very strong. Not much to say there. Antler, so reducing the antler white main synergy. Meh. I don't. Hmm, I I don't really like this nerf because I think. I mean, like the comparison usually is like if you want an natural aura in a normal role, like you're probably not taking antler over OT most of the time because it's very expensive. So I feel like there should be some value to having the more expensive one be better, but yeah, I mean OT's getting nerfed as well. I don't know. I don't really like it. I mean, it's basically a non-change for chaos, right? They get the access to the white main buff without like they don't suffer this penalty ever. Um, but anyways, Hydra buff. Wow, okay. So egg start stonks are up. I mean, I don't know about high mouch, but yeah, I guess it's nice. Brute buff, imp buff, cannoneer. Okay, so yeah, I mean, this is a technically should be a good change because I mean, people are definitely abusing the fact that Drake and cannoneer are basically power mercs. Now forcing you a bit to decide if you really want to lose income, but I would imagine that Drake is still extremely strong, and same with cannoneer. Shaman, okay, that's interesting. I wonder what the math looks like on that, but I mean, Shaman should still be very useful on 18, 19, 20. Kraken nerf, that's fine, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's pretty tough to kill this guy like him. Okay, killer slugs are getting 20 health, and the quadrupuses are losing health. So basically, 14 is more trying to make 14 stronger. Eh, that's fair, I guess. Um, yeah, we'll see. If this makes a big difference, or if I think the last change like this, people still favor 15 just because of how strong it is, and you can some of the sends just synergize better with 15 because you can just send like big tanks, and a lot of range DPS have trouble. They nerfed the attack speed of wave 18. A bit too strong compared to 17 and 19. I'm surprised they say this. I think it is stronger than. I don't even know if it's that much stronger than 17. People just always have good 17 units usually in their role. But 19 I thought was a lot stronger than 18, but maybe I'm wrong. In the stats. Okay, legend rating display, so you can see what legend you are. That's nice. Yeah, to climb is yeah. Okay, that's fair. I think it looks pretty good. Game Guild Wars now. Yeah, sure. Yay. Uh, Fair play. They have a micro suspension, so they can't queue up. I guess. Sure. Fine. Not a big deal. Enforced improved MVP formula. Tab scoreboard. You can ping on the. Ooh. Oh, that's pretty cool. Matchmaking. It takes account. Yeah, okay, sure. Eco detection improvement. Sure. Player report. Oh, you can report people all the time now. That's pretty good. You can, okay, sure. Fixes, yeah. All in all, pretty cool patch for the season. I'm excited to play with some of the masterminds, and definitely excited to play with the worker change. So, looking forward to this season. Yeah, thanks everyone for watching.